Operators, welcome back to the GTI Combat Field Guide. In this video, we'll take a close look at the spear that clears the skies, the LAV-AA. Often referred to as an AA anti-air vehicle, the LAV-AA is a light armored vehicle designed to defend against airborne threats. It shares the chassis with the infantry fighting vehicle, but is equipped with high rate of fire, small caliber autocannons, and AA missiles as anti-air measures. It is designed to be effective against enemy aircraft and maintain control of the skies. Like the infantry fighting vehicle, the LAV-AA has 3 combat positions: the driver's seat, the weapons station, and the weapon pod, as well as 1 passenger seat. The driver is responsible for the LAV-AA's movement, while also taking control of both primary and secondary weapons to counter enemies, especially airborne threats. As the vehicle's level increases, its weapons can be reconfigured according to combat preferences. The secondary weapon is fixed as an AA missile, which can lock onto enemy aircraft and fire with a high velocity, unleashing tremendous power and serving as an important counter to marauding attack helicopters. There are 2 primary weapons, the default being the 20mm autocannon. This type of autocannon has both a high fire rate and velocity, littering the surrounding airspace with a barrage of projectiles and damaging distant aircraft. It can also be used outside of anti-air scenarios to suppress infantry and harass enemy ground vehicles. If modified to a larger caliber 30mm autocannon, both damage and accuracy will be improved. However, this comes at the cost of a low rate of fire and increased projectile drop. Compared to the 20mm autocannon, the 30mm is more suitable for closer engagements, using burst fire against enemy aircraft. When under attack, the driver can use smoke grenades to obstruct the enemy's vision and reposition, quickly repairing the damage during any lulls in combat. It is important not to focus solely on airborne targets and to keep an eye on other nearby threats. The other 2 combat positions control the weapon station and weapon pod. The weapons controlled by the driver are for use against airborne threats, while the weapon station and weapon pod are responsible for countering infantry and protecting the crew from ground attacks. The weapon station offers 4 weapons. Light and heavy machine guns are familiar choices, but make sure to avoid overheating the weapon and being caught out by infantry. The weapon station also offers a 40mm grenade launcher. When facing off against lightly armored forces, this grenade can damage armor and is very effective against infantry. However, just like the IFV's grenade launcher, with its slow rate of fire and significant drop over distance, it requires greater skill to operate. When dealing with clustered infantry, blast rockets are an excellent choice. Multiple rockets are fired in rapid succession, clearing the battlefield in seconds. It should be noted that fully reloading the 4 rockets takes some time. By default, the weapon uses a 40mm canister round, but it is important to note that its effective range is quite limited and it has a very slow reload speed. Operators should take these factors into account in order to use this weapon effectively. Meanwhile, the kinetic grenade has a very high rate of fire, similar to the tank's kinetic grenade. This is a good option for reaching enemies in fortified positions through indirect fire. The LAV-AA's anti-air capability can be further enhanced by pairing it with an AA cannon. This boasts a high rate of fire and extended range, allowing for rapid adjustments to firing angle and direction as the vehicle moves. Combined with the primary and secondary weapons, this loadout creates an inescapable net of firepower, ensnaring any nearby enemy forces. The LAV-AA is not only effective at neutralizing airborne threats, but also has a variety of weapons that can be used for ground engagements. However, unlike the IFV, the primary role of the LAV-AA is not that of a ground-to-ground unit. With its relatively weak armor, it can be easily ambushed by enemies, while it focuses on knocking out aerial targets. Consequently, using the weapon station and weapon pod to protect the vehicle is essential. Work as a team and clear those skies. That'll do it for our introduction to the LAV-AA. Until next time, operators.